I'm Tracy Sinclair, and this is your FastCast for January 5th, 2025. Our top story for today, some sad news out of Western Alaska as one young man lost his life after falling through ice while snow machining on the Kuskokwim River. According to Alaska State Troopers, 15-year-old Cole Galila and another young man were driving a snow machine on the Kuskokwim River around 8 miles upriver of Kalskag, where they drove into an open hole in the ice. One of the teens was able to make it out of the water, but Galila disappeared beneath the ice. Search and rescue volunteers launched from both Kalskag and Aniak. According to state troopers, Galila's body was recovered from the river around 8 p.m. on Saturday. And it is a busy time of year for recreation, including two of Alaska's state sports, skiing and dog mushing. For the latest on both of theirs, here is our sports director, Jordan Rodenberger, with the latest.
Tracy, it was this time last year that teenage mushing phenom Emily Robinson stunned a field full of Iditarod mushers and won the Knik 200 at just 16 years old. And this weekend, she proved that that was no fluke. History repeats itself as Robinson was the first to Knik Lake at 6:31 this morning to go back-to-back as the Knik 200 champion. She left the halfway point just before midnight in second place behind former Iditarod champion Ryan Reddington, and she outmushed the rest of the field, including her father, Walter, down this stretch to earn the victory. Ryan Reddington pulled in second, followed by fellow Iditarod veterans Hunter Keefe in third and Riley Dyke in fourth, respectively. Amazing performance from Robinson Racing. Kendall and Emily will look to become the first musher in history to win the Junior Iditarod 4 times in a row this coming February. Full story on our website. And some more amazing performances from our Alaskans at the 2025 U.S. Cross Country Ski Championships race day. 3 of 4 today, a 20-kilometer mass start around the trails of Kincaid featuring the top skiers in the country. We're in the men's race. Anchorage's Luke Jager sees the podium for the 3rd time in 3 races. National runner-up this time around, leading a handful of Alaskans in the top 10. But the star of the day is Fairbanks' Kendall Kramer, who's a late push during the final 100 kilometers or so, gave her the victory and her first ever national championship. In a career full of accolades, she earns the coveted title in her home state. The UAF senior catching up with Olympic gold medalist Keegan Randall after winning the national title.
Well, first national championship here in Alaska. How does it feel?
That was awesome. I definitely was not predicting this, and I was kind of counting myself out today. Once I realized going into the last lap that I could have my first national championship and not settle for second, even though that would have been good, then I just tried for it. And so that's awesome.
And just one more day to witness the country's top skiers battle on our very trails Tuesday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for the 1.4K free technique sprint at Kincaid. Check it out.
Thanks, Jordan. And it is a busy week in the national scene as well. Former President Jimmy Carter will be laid to rest this week. Meanwhile, President-elect Donald Trump will be sentenced by a judge. Plus, the clock is ticking on the fate of a popular social media app. Ryan Henson tells us more about this in our look at the week ahead from Washington.
Monday marks 4 years since the January 6th insurrection in 2021, when a mob of pro-Donald Trump supporters tried to stop the certification of votes, making Joe Biden president. This year, the Electoral College will certify President-elect Trump's vote ahead of his inauguration on January 20th. Trump's week ends in a New York City courtroom where he'll be sentenced in his hush money case on Friday. The judge has indicated there won't be jail time. The nation continues to mourn former President Jimmy Carter. His body arrives in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday, and he will lie in state at the U.S. Capitol until his state funeral on Thursday. On Friday, the Supreme Court will determine the future of TikTok in the U.S. And that's the week ahead in Washington. I'm Ryan Henson.
And you can get all the day's news, sports, and weather on alaskasnewssource.com and join us on Alaska's News Source for the latest.